Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Danielle, aka Stitcherista, here on YouTube, and today is Tuesday, October 4th. I want to give out a huge thanks to everybody who commented on my video yesterday. I am feeling better today. It will pass. I've gone through periods like that before, and I thank everyone who commented and gave me a similar story or what their experience was, because everything that we encounter in this life, we are not alone. Everyone has encountered it at one time or another. And by the end of yesterday, I felt better. So I did do some stitching. And I had stitched more of the tree. And I was playing with it. Like, I had done one branch where I had combined, done a blended thread. And then I said, well, let me try just stitching one branch in one color and one in the other. And to be honest, it got really not appealing looking for me. So I wound up spending some time yesterday before dinner tearing all of that out. I tore the whole tree out that I had stitched and decided that I wanted to stitch it in a variegated thread that I had. So I went and I looked through my variegated threads, and I had a bunch pulled out because I do have some browns. What I actually settled on, however, and I'm trying to pull it out so I can show you, is Color and Cotton's Red Delicious. So it looks brown in the picture, but it's more like a cherry tree color, like mahogany almost, like a little bit darker than a DMC 315 or 815, whatever that burgundy color is. So that's what it is. Now, mind you, they had used, and I love the way the tree turned out on the model. They had used, the tree color is it X? Wait a minute. No, it's 8, whatever 8 is. Gentle Arts Brown Bear. So the tree is variegated. I love it. I absolutely love it. But I'm perfectly fine with what I chose. And so because I had highlighted on the original pattern, I was like, okay, I have to go and I have to stitch what I've already highlighted, right? So I've only done, let me get this thread to the back of the piece, which will be easier to show you. I only have like the first leg of much of it. So I completed the full leg on this one, but the rest of it is just half the leg, and I've just started to outline. And believe it or not, I messed up somewhere in here. Like, I miscounted. So these are a little off, but you would never know that unless I said something to you. And I just said, okay, I'm just going to fudge it because these are all just, they're tree branches. So it's not like it's a perfect border or something like that. And I may even have to fudge it when I get down here to make sure it lines up with the walkway. I'm perfectly fine with that. But I think it's going to look really good in that color. It's going to look, like I said, like a dark cherry colored tree. And I'm perfectly fine with that. I love Color and Cotton threads. I actually got out of her thread group, though. Her thread club. I only did 1 month, and then I said, well, if I want to go back, I'll just buy some threads that I want. Just trying to not have so much money going out. Do you know what I mean? On a monthly basis. So I am going to work more on the tree today. My aim is to fill that in and really do the other leg now that I've outlined all of that. And now I stayed up fairly late, not fairly late. I want to say it was 10 o'clock, which is not too late. I mean, I started right when he went to bed at 8. So I stitched, it took me a good 2 hours to do that. And there's a point in the tree where you like see the The hole in the tree, that's a darker color, so that will be in there. And then there's a fence, a small fence at the bottom of it. But yeah, looking forward very much to having that done. And then I added some more of the stars over here. I have a couple more stars to add, so I'll probably do that too tonight. And then, yeah, I think it's turning out really, really well. And I really do think my next piece is going to, I don't know which one I'm going to do, either the Salem Sisters Apothecary or the Primrose Cottage Stitches Toil and Trouble, the one that I've started 3 times. I really would love to get that stitched just because I've started it so many times. We will see what my gut, my brain tells me to do when I get to that point. Okay, so that's all I really got. No purchases. I did get some scrapbook paper in. I ordered some more paper just to have on hand as far as Halloween and fall-ish. Scrapbook.com was having a big sale, so all the paper I bought was on sale. But I thought today I would read a small miracle story. Haven't read one of those in a really long time. Absolutely love these stories. Okay. And I have a whole other book of them, which is awesome. Jerry drove a big red Cadillac. It served as a multi-purpose vehicle. On weekends, the whole family enjoyed the use of the car, and during the week, Jerry used it to cart his wares. Jerry was a salesman, and he kept samples of his electronic merchandise in the car's trunk. A typical workday for Jerry involved making various sales calls at different locations. On August 15, 1994, Jerry made a stop at Bob's Electronics with the hope of making a substantial sale. Through the store window, he was able to see Bob, the store owner, walking to the cash register. Rather than parking the car for what he assumed would be a 2-minute exchange, Jerry left the engine running as he walked up to the store. "Hey, Bob," Jerry called while holding the door ajar. "Do you need anything?" "Not today, Jerry," came the reply, "but try me again at the end of the week." "Will do," said Jerry, and headed quickly back toward the car. But there was no car. That 2-minute exchange had given someone ample time to get behind the wheel and drive off. Jerry was aghast. Yes, you would be. First, he called the police, and then he called his good friend Mike. "Mike," he cried into the phone, "they got my Cadillac." "What do you mean?" asked Mike. "What do I mean? I mean my car was stolen," yelled Jerry. Mike was concerned. "Where are you?" he asked. "I'll come right over." Jerry gave him the address and then waited anxiously for help. The police were the first to show up. Moments later, Mike arrived. The police took down all the necessary information and assured Jerry that all efforts would be made to retrieve his car. Having completed their preliminary work, they left. Mike turned to Jerry and in an overly optimistic tone said, "Come on, let's go look for your car ourselves." Jerry was incredulous. "The thief might be anywhere by now," he barked. "Brooklyn is a very big place. Where would we possibly begin to look?" "I guess you're right," responded Mike, his spirit dampened. "It is a ridiculous idea. Listen," he went on, "I need to buy a pair of pliers from Rickles Home Center. Do you think you can wait in the car for me while I run in and get it? I'll be just a minute." "No problem," said Jerry. He was feeling extremely down on his luck and welcomed the opportunity to be with his close buddy, regardless of where they were going or what they were doing. 20 minutes later, they arrived at Rickles' massive parking lot. "I don't think I'm in the mood to go inside," said Jerry, "so let me wait out here for you." "All right with me," responded Mike as he left the car. "Like I said, it'll only take a few minutes." Jerry sat slumped in the seat, looking out at all the hundreds of cars in the parking lot. It was a hazy day. The gray clouds mirrored his gray mood. Suddenly, for a fraction of a second, the clouds parted and a strange light shone from the sky. Jerry was mesmerized by this single ray, which was shining on one car. It was as though a laser beam had pierced through the clouds and settled on this one automobile. How strange, thought Jerry. He craned his head out the window to take a better look at the ray of sunshine dancing on the hood of the car. Then his head shot up. It was his car. Parked among the thousands of cars in the vast parking lot was his very own red Cadillac. Jerry called the police again. This time it was to reclaim his property. Wow! Wow, wow, wow. Like I said, the universe directed him, in my opinion, the universe directed him to go to that place with his friend because it knew his car was there. I love stories like that. Love things like that. Right? Okay. I hope you guys are all having a great Tuesday. As always, if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments section below and I will answer them to the best of my ability. Thank you so much for watching and subscribing, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.